Those who are threatening me with death for protesting in UK should know my life is with God. Reno Omokri. Nigeria has been on a state of alta-calta since the president has decided to move to London for his medical checkup over his health. Some Nigerians have expressed their dissatisfaction towards the notion of the president by condemning him to stay here in Nigeria and treat himself up. Reno Omokri, who has been the heartbeat of the harass Buhari out of London, which has been surfacing online since the day Mr. President jets to London, and in series of videos posted online, we have seen Reno Omokri leading the protest in London over sending the president back to Nigeria. Reno Omokri questions the administrative government of the President Muhammadu Buhari, where he pointed out that President Buhari overthrew the democratic elected government President Shagari subsequent to blaming him for running an awkward and corrupt government, notwithstanding his own administration is multiple times more inept and corrupt than the system he toppled. So in his tweet, he actually put a picture of Buhari and other leaders basically trying to overthrow the government, and then in a table, the high table, and obviously everyone's speaking and all that. And in Reno Omokri's tweet, he said General Buhari overthrew the democratically elected government of President Shagari after accusing him of running an incompetent and corrupt government. However, in his own government is 10 times more corrupt and more incompetent and corrupt than the regime he overthrew. #harass Buhari out of London. Wow. Also, he had said on some of his post on Twitter, where he made known the budgetary provision for the State House Clinic, but couldn't stay in the country to receive treatment, despite the 13.59 billion naira budgetary provision for the State House Clinic in 5 years under President Muhammadu Buhari. The facility was unfit to treat his Chief of Staff Abakari. This is why we must harass Buhari out of London. He didn't stop there. But he made known that in the regime of Shagari that he never for once left the country to abroad for medical attention. Shagari never traveled abroad for health treatment. Shagari never budgeted $27 million for State House Clinic. Shagari never killed unarmed protesters. Yet Buhari claimed his government was bad and overthrew him. If Shagari was bad, what is Buhari? #harass Buhari out of London. Nonetheless, he has never been in support of the way the country has been structured for destruction. But in a latest post he released on his Twitter page to talk about his life threatened, which we don't know, maybe some people or group pose the threat to him. And he said in his post, in his words, those threatening me with the death for initiating the #harass Buhari out of London rally should note that General Abacha threatened General Dia with death in 1998, but Dia celebrated his 77th birthday this year, while we celebrate Abacha's 23rd death day this year. My life is with God. Wow. Okay, shake the tables. I would say for speaking on behalf of Nigerians is not a crime because we are operating on freedom of speech. And with this post he released, it later became so true that he got killed. The Nigerian government will be facing another rigged protest from Nigerians because Reno Omokri has not done anything that he deserves to die. Our government should try and hearken to the voice that is calling for good governance for the betterment of the whole nation. And of course, there's proof, actually, there's screenshots here of support of Nigerians to Reno Omokri over the death threats he was getting. Someone says, awesome, we shall celebrate our death wishers' death days in Christ's name. And I think that just goes to show that good people, they will always, come out on top. But again, it's like he's supporting a good cause. So then who would be against what he's doing that they'd go to the extreme of sending death threats? Someone here says there are so many forces in Nigeria now that it is laughable to threaten anyone. The person threatening could be taken first. Absolutely. Someone says, so I think it's time to expose the foreigner in Aso Rock. There is no Buhari in Aso Rock. Hashtag Aso Rock is empty. But you know what I love? What I appreciate a lot more. Obviously, you would have to go do research and confirm what he's saying is true. But the pictures of Buhari and his team, obviously from the pictures, trying to overthrow Shagari's government is online, and I'm going to read about it. And yeah, that is, and also the figures was actually gotten from Guardian Nigeria. And yeah, so it's like the figures of all the budgets, yeah, the budget of his health clinic for the last 5 years, which does not even make sense. So yeah, I think all these information should be available to the citizens of the country. They need to know where their money is going to. And of course, it's very clear that $27 million for what? Do you know how many hospitals that could build alone, and the quality and the standard? That says a lot. And of course, if people are well, that means the workforce will be well. People are going to be willing and able to work. And so it's like it would just do so much for the health of a country. So again, it's highly unfair. Why is he going to the UK? And again, he's not going to receive NHS, the National Health Service, of a basic, of as a of an average citizen in the UK. He's not going to receive that kind of treatment. He's going to receive even more expensive and exclusive healthcare treatments than a citizen of that country as well. So yeah, someone says all they know is killing nonsense. So someone else says, you are very stupid. Don't drag God into your stupidity. God is above that. Remove the money or refund the money that you stole or shared before you go close to God. I think this person's talking to Reno Omokri, saying he's a thief. Well, someone here says this, they will all end up dead themselves. Whatever you do, whatever you wish others will surely knock on your door. Reno, you are a true hero. He really is. I think personally for me, what I love is that he's coming with the receipts, coming to shake the tables, and it's a good history lesson for Nigerians watching him. And of course, he has a huge following. He trends on Twitter especially, and yeah, so I think that the history lesson that comes along and the receipts, that's what we're talking about, proofs, your results. We are talking about these things that come with all his tweets, just make him sound very balanced, and you can't argue or dispute that. So yeah, it is what it is. Put what you think about this in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.